what's up everybody? It's Casey the Rockstarflipper. How you doing? Today is Wednesday. It is November the 23rd, 2016. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is the big turkey day. Don't worry, last night was no video. You didn't miss anything. Today is double upload Wednesday. We're going to do the Salvation Army half off day I'm going to head over to in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, I'm going to make a video that a lot of you have been asking me for. And I did a video a couple months ago on how to make a full-time living on eBay and Amazon being an online seller. $50,000 was the number we used. It was profit. It was net profit, $50,000 a year, which I know a lot of you can't live on, but I know that that's kind of the number where if you're hitting $50,000 a year in profit, that people can start, considering this full-time income. If you're just making a couple thousand a month, $2 or $3 grand a month, you're doing $25,000, $30,000 a year. It's a living, but it's not really a full-time income. I kind of think that 40, 50,000 is that number where you can start taking it seriously and you won't need a full-time job. But what more people are interested in is how to make it monthly and how to make it bigger. A lot of people want to do 6 digits. They want to do $100,000 a year, or at least $8,000 or $9,000 a month, $10,000 a month to get themselves up to that point. So I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to do this in a 2-video series. I'm going to do this video on how to make $10,000 a month. And that's a number that a lot of people want to see if it's realistic, because I know there's a lot of people on here that are doing a couple $1,000s a month, or a lot of people that are hitting that $4,000 to $5,000 a month, and they want to grow to be able to hit $10,000 a month. And again, we're talking about profit. We're not talking about gross sales. $10,000 in gross sales is pretty easy if we're talking about gross sales. But if we're talking about profit, it's a lot harder. So we're going to discuss that. In the second video that I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. It might be Friday. But we're going to talk about how to make, around between that $1,000 and $2,000 a week mark. So I'm going to break it down into monthly, and then I'm going to break it down into weekly. And that'll be 2 separate videos. So for today's video, and I'm going to break out my fancy erase board because you guys love this dry erase board, but we're going to break down how to do, my pen is just dying, I got to get a new pen, $10,000 per month, and this is going to be eBay or Amazon. Now, the fees are obviously different on the 2 platforms, so we'll kind of look at both sides of it, but you'll get the general idea whether you're an eBay seller, an Amazon seller, or both, what you have to do to net profit. This is let me write this so you guys can see this. This is not gross sales. I know a lot of people confuse that. This is going to be profit on these sites, not gross sales. Alright, so let's break this down in how many items you're going to need to sell and how much money you're going to need to sell to do $10,000 in profit. So I'm going to assume that you guys are making at least $10 an item. If you're not making more than $10 an item, you're probably not going to grow very fast unless you're doing a lot of volume like I am, but I'm still averaging more than a $10 profit per item. So at $10 profit per item, it's pretty easy to figure out you have to sell 1,000 items, because 1,000 items times $10 profit, now profit, remember, that gets us to our $10,000 per month. That gets us to our $10,000 per month. 1,000 items over the course of 30 days is pretty much going to take 33 items per day, give or take. So it's going to take 33 items per day. 33 items per day. Alright, so with our 33 items per day, a lot of us are out yard selling, thrift storing, all these kind of things. We're buying cheap items. Most of us are not buying $20, $30, $40 items. We're buying items that are $2, $3, $4 an item. For the sake of this, we'll just say it's like a $3, $33 average per item. $3 per item. That means your spending per day is going to be $100 per day, or a cost of goods of $3,000 per month. Per month. $3,000 per month. Well, if we want to profit $10,000, that means we have to do a net sale. It's pretty easy. We could do math. We're spending $3. We want to make $10, so we have to sell it for $13,000. And that's got to be your net sale. Now remember, that's net sale, because we haven't taken into account that eBay and PayPal and shipping fees are all going to cost us, a big chunk of change. So we can't sell it for $13,000 because we're not going to be left with $13,000. So we already know, in order to do that, we're selling 1,000 items, and we already know our items. Most of them are first class. They're going to cost us $3 to ship. So we're going to just plug in here a shipping fee of 1,000 items times $3, and that's going to cost us $3,000 in shipping fees. We also know that eBay is going to take 8%, and PayPal is going to take 3%. I know it's 2.9 with 30 cents, but for the sake of this, it's 3%. And eBay takes 10% unless you're top rated. But I assume if you're growing to this size number, you're going to be top rated. So that's 11% fees. So you're losing 11% plus $3,000 in fees. So in order to figure out what the gross sales would have to be to net $13,000, well, we already know we have to get up to $16,000 because the shipping is $3,000. So we have to get to $16,000 in net sales, $16,000 once we include the cost of our shipping. This doesn't even include our material costs. We'll get to that in a minute. $16,000 in net plus shipping. Well, in order to figure out what that is, it's going to be X is our total sales that we have to get to. X, let me show you guys, X times 0.89, because we're getting 89% of the money. 11% is going to eBay and PayPal. And that'll give us our total $16,000, which is very easy for those of you that are not good at math. You just divide that by the 0.89, and we come up with a total. Let me show you guys by the power of the internet here and Boogie 2988's words, coming to you live from the power of my calculator. It's 17,977. For the sake of argument, it's 17,977. But for the sake of argument, it might as well just be $18,000. $18,000 in sales you have to do. Because once you take out your fees on $18,000, you're left with $16,000. When you take away your $3,000 in shipping, you're left with our net $13,000. And you spent $3,000 in cost of goods, which leaves you your $10,000 profit. So you have to sell $18,000 a month at these numbers, mind you. That's 1,000 items at $10 an item. You have to actually sell $18,000 a month to make $10,000 in profit. And that doesn't include material. So depending, 1,000 items going out the door at 10 cents a package is another $100 an envelope plus labels. Plus, you probably have to do $18,000 plus material cost. It's probably going to put you around $18,500 realistically with material cost. That's the sales that you will have to do at 1,000 items, which is 33 a day. And remember, to sell 33 a day, you got to have 3,300 items active. You got to at least have 25 to 3,000 at 1 to 2%. Even if you're doing a 1.5% number, 2,500 items times 0.015 would be 37. So you gotta have, even at a 1.5% sell-through rate, you gotta have like 2,300 items active to sell 33 a day to do $333 a day in profit. And if your average cost of goods is $3 and you're selling it for 13 or 14, you get the idea. You're gonna have to spend $3,000 a month to make $10,000. That means you're selling your items for 6 times what you pay for them gross. 6 times. If you're paying $3 an item and you're selling it, remember, we're selling 1,000 items for $18,500. You're selling the average item sale price has to be $18.50. So you're selling your items for 6 times. So if you're not getting those kind of margins, you're going to have to up the amount of items that you have to sell, which means upping the material costs, which upping the gross sales. This is just an average, guys. And this is pretty close to my average because we sell close to 1,000 items. I don't do $18,000 in sales on eBay. I'm doing like 14 to 15 on our good months. So we're a little higher on the profit margin, and we probably do 9,000 in profit on eBay, just on eBay. Remember, I have an Amazon account and local sales, etc., etc. But this is pretty close, and this math works. So for those of you that want to get to $10,000 in profit, this shows you, 30 packages a day. If you've only got a couple packages going out every day, you got a long way to go. If you're shipping 15 or 20 packages, you're there. You're getting there. You know what it takes to get to 30. You know what it took to get to 10 and 15. You can get there. But I'll hold this up. I'm going to hide my face here and probably screenshot this for the thumbnail. But you guys, God, we got a glare going on like crazy from my computer screen. But anyways, that's the numbers. And I mean, this isn't exact math. Everybody's buying and selling for less, for more items, more whatever. But just to give you guys an idea of what it takes to do $10,000. People aren't just buying and selling a couple items every day and making 10,000 bucks. People making $10,000 have an operation. They have usually an employee to do this kind of numbers. One person can't. And if you're talking another employee, well, you better add another, even for one employee, at even $400 a week is $1,600 plus payroll is more like $1,800. I mean, you're talking about now you got to do $20,000 in sales. You've now gone from 18 and change to 20. So every time you add an overhead or you add $1,000 office rent or whatever it is, you now know you got to sell an extra 2 or 3 items a day, 4 items a day, which means having an extra couple hundred listed. So, keep these numbers in mind. Don't let them discourage you, but let them inspire you to get to these numbers, because these numbers are where pretty much all of you want to be, is $10,000 profit per month. So, obviously adjust these numbers for how many items you sell per day, how much you're spending per item. You can definitely do your own math. You can go back and if you're spending $10 an item, you can go back and change all these numbers and use my board to help you, pause and screenshot that, print it out, whatever you got to do to help you figure out where you need to be based on your numbers. These are just close to my numbers, close to a couple people that I know that are doing sales. These are just some average numbers, but hopefully that helps you guys. It helped you learn what it takes to do that 10,000, and hopefully you can use this to inspire yourself to get to 10,000 if you're not there yet. I'll have a second video for you guys later. I'm going to run up to Salvation Army, see what I can get on half off day. You guys have a wonderful, awesome Wednesday, and if I don't see you before, well, I'll see you tonight, but if I don't see you again before Thanksgiving after tonight, then have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Take the day off. Don't go Black Friday shopping. Don't source. I mean, if you want to, that's awesome. It's not how I do it. I think Thanksgiving's family time. I'll be in Orlando, so I probably won't have my computer, probably won't be filming anything, but I will still be checking comments and messages, so if you guys ship them over. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys again tonight and on Friday. Black Friday. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Don't ask me. I'll let you guys know afterwards. If I figure it out beforehand, I'll put it on Instagram or Twitter. If you don't follow me, they're down in the description box. I'll see you guys next time.